Hello everybody, we have another Dcooperation with a nice guy. His name is Steve. So hello.
Thanks for having me on your show.
So how is the weather there and how are you?
It's been another pretty warm day here in Australia, which it normally is this time of year. But a little bit overcast, but yeah, a little bit warm.
So tell us please, how did you find about Dtube and Steam blockchain for the first time?
Okay, so a little bit of history. I came from 12 years of YouTube. I'm still on YouTube and I make videos, no particular genre. I've always been a bit all over the place with what I film, and that's the problem. You really need to be consistent to really get much of a following. But anyway, to my detriment, I just make things and I hope people will enjoy what I make. Make some informative things, help stuff too. Yeah, so basically a lot of light-hearted stuff usually. That's how I came to Dtube. As most people would probably realise, early this year, YouTube kind of did something that tended to annoy a lot of us, and that's those of us that were monetized, they took that monetization away. And frankly, I'm currently waiting for the third time to find out whether I get remonetized. I try and do everything that I'm supposed to do, but yeah, there we have it. It definitely felt demotivational to an awful lot of us. You know, you put in an awful lot of time, as you know, awful lot of time, creating videos, editing them, for nothing, no reimbursement. When I was monetized, I'd be lucky to average probably 20 American dollars a month at best. So I heard about Dtube earlier this year. So like many people, I jumped across and had a look. So I upload videos to Dtube. I still upload to YouTube as well because I do have followers there. And things started really slowly. I thought, well, you know, there's so many videos that people aren't watching, but just lately I'm getting more and more subscribers and followers, more interaction with replies. So it is building up, and I guess that's the message I'd give to people. Never ever give up, no matter what you're doing.
Tell us please, what do you think about Steam blockchain, how it works?
So when I started on Dtube, naturally then I found a little bit about Steemit or Steam. It still confuses me. I'm pretty well a rank amateur, and naturally blockchain came as part of that learning curve, which I'm still trying to grasp. The thing I like about Dtube, which is first and foremost where I started, because I like to create content, that was my #1 objective. You can actually earn money with Dtube and Steemit. And that's where I understand blockchain, the whole blockchain situation is it's owned by the people, which is really good because YouTube is not owned by the people, not at all. And it looks like things are just going to get worse and worse for YouTube. It's going to be harder and harder for small creators like ourselves, you know, to really get anywhere and feel worthwhile. Yeah, so that's where the whole blockchain concept does have the advantage, because it's a people-driven concept. It's not a corporation driving it, and that's the part I really love.
Very interesting answer about Steam blockchain. So tell us please about your skills and things that you do well in your life.
I think my biggest skill, a brief history, I started in the film industry about 32 years ago, where I pretty well learnt all aspects of the craft behind the camera and did a little bit of acting. And in the last 4 or 5 years, or maybe 5 years or more, I've started to do a lot more acting. I backed off a little bit this year because there's only so much you can do for next to nothing. And yeah, anyway, what I do, I've created like well over 700 videos of my own on YouTube, and a lot of those I'm starting to share on Dtube, and also BitChute is another new one I'm looking into. So yeah, aside from the acting component, which I don't do on my normal channels. That's just a separate issue. But when I create videos, I guess my number one asset is my editing. And I tell you, even using the same editing program for like 20 years or more, I'm still learning things. You know, it still surprises me to find a little shortcut of how to do this or that and the other. Yeah, so, and I really love editing. It's an awfully time consuming thing, but I just like, I like the whole process, and hopefully people like what I create.
And the last question that I want to ask is related to tips. So what are the tips that you can give to Steamians to grow and to improve and to never give up, of course?
Mate, I guess I'd say my number one tip, based on my experience with these different platforms and life itself, is never ever give up. Even if it feels like you're getting nowhere, don't give up. You'll get there eventually. If you don't get to where you think, you'll get pretty close to it. But be persistent. And number one, have fun doing it. That's the main key in life, I think.
Thanks a lot for your tips, and thanks a lot for your collaboration with me this time.
Thanks, mate. It's been really awesome to have our first collaboration, and I look forward to more in the future. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course, we will try to make more collaboration in the future because we are growing, we are improving, and now we want to grow also on YouTube, and it's nice to have a YouTuber between us.
And thanks for interviewing me. And thanks for talking to me. I really appreciate it. Have a good Christmas also, my friend.
You are very welcome. So welcome to our Dcooperation community. I will give you the link of our Discord. You can promote, you can get in touch with our members, and we can make more collaborations. So happy Christmas and Merry Christmas, and thank you, and see you in more videos. Thank you everybody for watching. Goodbye.
Cheers.